What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Trick 10. Today we're working on our first Sportsman model tracker. This is a 1654 MVX. It's more of the hunting style tracker boat. It's basically a Grizzly. On the outside, they've got a couple different upgrades on it, and the interior has a little bit different layout. I'm going to show you guys that. This boat is here because the customer wants us to do turf in here. It's a 2025 boat. He was telling me he wished he had waited a year because then he could have got the Marsh version, which already comes with the EVA foam. But this boat is his, it's paid for, and now we're going to be putting some Hydroturf cobblestone cut groove camo turf in here. So it's going to be a sweet little project. Got Austin here helping me today. I'm going to turn this camera around, give you all a quick run through of the boat, and then we'll get right into it. All right, so check it out, guys. 2025 1654 Sportsman MVX tracker Grizzly, 40 horsepower outboard. He's got the step pods on the back. I mean, it really kind of sucks for him that he got the 2025 because in 2026 the Marsh models are so much cooler. They have all the camo and they got all types of EVA foam in them and different compartments and stuff, and they definitely are a whole lot sweeter than this one, but it's still a really cool boat. Now let's check out the layout on this thing. Now the traditional Grizzlies have like the straight bench in here, and that bench is basically from here to where this is at. It's about 24 inches. They have this cut in here. They have some god-awful looking welds on here. It's the first thing I noticed, and as soon as Austin got here, he was like, Jesus, those welds look terrible. So, you know, they definitely stand out. I just don't know why they wouldn't make those look better, because it's like the main part you see right here when you look at the boat. Everything else is a bent corner except for this one that's welded right here, and well, they could have definitely done a little better from Tracker, but it is what it is. Now he's got a big storage area back here, and he's got his gas tank in there. This is typical. This is basically the same as, you know, the traditional Grizzlies that come, so this comes a lot farther over. But the way this is set up with this vertical hole inside of here, well, you got some storage in there. It basically goes from here back, and then it separates right here, which tells you that this entire corner panel right here is one piece that's just full of foam. And I told him, I was like, dude, we should make you a big hatch to drop in here. You have some storage in here. It wasn't in the budget. He does want to get the EVA flooring in here, though, because he said that it's really hot when he takes his wife and kids out with him, and, well, that's what we're going to do. But I guarantee you that if he keeps this boat, that eventually he'll probably come back and have us do that, because it's a no-brainer. He needs some more storage in this thing. Now, one thing that I thought was pretty cool on this model, it has this gun locker on the side right here, and it's removable. So up here you can see it slides into this groove, and then it's got this bungee here holding it, and then in the back, it's got these two pieces on here where you can put a padlock in here, and he's just got a carabiner in there holding it, but I mean, that's what the thing's for, a padlock. I mean, obviously you could drill these rivets out and get this out of here in about 10 seconds, but you know, it keeps an honest man honest. And the cool thing about it is that you can take this out, you know, if you're going on a hunting excursion somewhere and you want to put this inside of your truck, or you want to take this out and put it in the hotel room with you, or whatever you're doing, you can keep your guns, you know, safe and not have to worry about leaving them in the boat, not have to worry about taking them in and out of rod lockers or gun lockers every time you want to go somewhere. Traditional front deck on here, this is standard Grizzly stuff. Hatch, seat pedestal base. He does have a trolling motor up here. It's a generic Minn Kota Edge. It's the lightest trolling motor you can get. Pretty basic, but it gets the job done. And he uses this when he goes out fishing. Does majority of hunting, but he does do some pleasure boating with the wife and kids, and he does a little bit of fishing. He's got this on a quick release bracket. That way he can take this off when he's hunting, because he doesn't use it and it just gets in the way. Other than that, though, the front deck is pretty much standard. We are going to have to grind down all these stupid drive nails. They still put these damn drive nails in here, and we're gonna run this turf all the way up to this front angle piece right here. Now, one thing I thought was pretty cool, they put these eye pieces. You can see that's the same exact piece as the eye that's on the front for the winch eye, but they have all corners have one of these on them, all four corners. This is perfect for like a spud pole, or you can tie off to a tree or whatever. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. It's basically just a spud pole bracket. Got one on every corner. Definitely a cool little upgrade. I could see that you're running into something with that thing, not so much on this side, but the other side, they stick out pretty far. They're heavy duty though, so I don't think you have to worry about breaking them off unless you really hit something good. But this side over here has the rod locker. It's a pretty cool compartment. It is pretty shallow. I mean, you only got about maybe 5 inches to pass stuff inside of here. I can definitely see it being tight, trying to put some rods in there. It's got holes up there for some sleeves, so you can fit some longer rods in there. But, I mean, it's perfect. You can keep 2 or 3 rods in here, and you can have the kids in here. You don't have to worry about them getting hooked up or messing with your line or anything like that. So it does serve a purpose, and it works out good. But other than that, he's got a little bit of storage up here. Not a lot. It's just a standard Grizzly stuff in here. He's got a battery in there, and you know, it's kind of hard to access that stuff, but mainly just for life jackets and his battery in there. Other than that though, that about wraps it up. One thing I did notice, which on this switch panel right here, that's stock. And we took that out because I was trying to see, you wanted to add some seat bases in here. And I wanted to know if I could get up under there to put like through bolts in it. Well, there's a channel inside of there. It comes back about 4 inches and just runs straight across. So you can fish wires in there, but you cannot get into the compartment from inside of there. I don't know, never seen that before, but that's the way they do these Sportsmans. All right, guys, I'm gonna put you guys on the hyperlapse, and me and Austin are gonna get started doing this boat. All right, guys, so first Sportsman model we've seen from Tracker on the channel, 1654. I'm impressed with it. I do like the way that the back bench is set up. It's kind of cool. The side compartments give it some flair. Now, obviously, I had to grind out all these drive nails they put in here. It's just one of the stupidest designs I've ever seen from any boat manufacturer, especially Tracker. Like, you guys could do better than this. We did have to sand down the deck a little bit. I hit it with some 400 grit on the DA sander just to kind of smooth it out before we wiped it down with acetone and blew it off, because you gotta have a nice smooth surface for the turf to stick to. It is unfortunate that he did not get one of those new prairie style models, because they do come with the turf in them, and those marsh boats are a whole lot different design. The whole back has like a hunt deck on it, and it's basically just like a Havoc boat. I mean, they copied the design of the Havocs 100%, and Tracker is notorious for copying other boat designs. That's how they make a living, and they use their marketing to kind of take away from these other builds. But we're not going to get into that. We did start turfing this boat. Now, the way I started this front deck, I had to draw a straight line up here, and this is important because we're using a cut groove turf, and we need to keep these lines straight from bow to stern. We put our first piece in, we came back in with our second piece, and you got to cut these to match up the way they look right and they will fit together. And we got lucky. These back sides, we got away with one piece on this corner right here. The other piece, we had to put it in 2 pieces, but all of our lines matched up from the bow to the stern, and it looks really good. I'm pumped that we got to put this turf in here because it changes the whole look of the boat, and it really wasn't that crazy to do. I'm thankful that Austin had the chance to come by and help me out. It's a whole lot easier to do this when you have some help. And this turf that's in here is the cobblestone Hydroturf cut groove turf. It has lines in it every ½ inch. And it's not that crazy to install because it does help out with hiding the cut seams in it, but you gotta make sure you keep these lines it's all done, man. It looks so much better. It really shows like the angle of, you know, how this boat's set up. It looks like a duck boat. I think it matches the green in the boat really well because there's actually no green in this. It's like tan, brown, and black. I think it looks really good with the Tracker color, to be honest with you. We were thinking about going with a gator camo, but I like this better. For the Tracker boats, I do like this a lot better. Turned out good. I was able to hide those welds pretty good with this piece in here, so pretty pumped about that. He did lose a little bit of mobility in this. Got to really crank on it. I told him that was going to happen. It's just because of the way this thing is set up, that extra turf, you know, it's about 1/4 inch thick, so it does make a difference, but looks good. It's front hatch. The way I do these around the seat bases, it really makes them look good. You gotta be very careful when you do that. You can mess those up. Did those extra little pieces up here. Say he just wanted something for his dog or his kids when they're getting in and out. I think those really make it look cool too. Cool project though, man. I mean, the turf makes the boat look 1,000 times better. I hope he's gonna be happy with it. I'm gonna hit him up and see if he wants to come pick this thing up. One thing I did on this back, which you probably would want to do with yours too, is I did not cut for this hinge. They put this hinge so low for this back piece right here. Look, cutting it out is just gonna make it stand out like a sore thumb, but you can see how it flexes right in there. I mean, if we have to cut it out at a later date, for some reason we could, but leaving it like that makes it look so much cleaner, and you got full mobility on this thing. So I'll ask him when he comes to pick it up. If he wants me to cut it out, I will. But I mean, if it was my boat, I'd leave it like that. It looks a whole lot cleaner like that. All right, guys, it's getting late. I'm tired. We're gonna wrap this one up. I'm glad Austin came to help me out though, because this would have taken me twice as long by myself. All right, guys, so first tracker 1654 that we've seen on the channel. It's the first Sportsman, and to be honest with you, like, I dig it. I really do. I like it. I think it's cool. It's definitely cooler than just like a regular old Grizzly. I mean, tracker boats are not that bad, and the foamer they use sucks, but I like the layout of them for the most part. Like, the hull itself is legit. I mean, the design of it, the way it looks, the top gunnel caps, they're missing a few key components to really, really being nice boats that are kind of, I mean, they're not super cheap boats either. They might be cheap compared to some of the name brand, you know, fiberglass boats and stuff like that, but we're talking about John boats. You know, this boat's probably like almost $8 grand by itself. I mean, you get a 16-foot John boat for $1,500 on Marketplace or something used, but you're not going to find a tracker that's going to be anywhere remotely close to that, even if it's used. So they definitely are pretty pricey, but they're put together pretty well for the most part. They could fix this foam, they could get rid of these drive nails, and they could offer you a little bit better package inside as far as storage goes. I mean, I understand they got to put the foam in there, that's why they don't offer lots of compartments in here, but the PT 170s and 160s are the same style, and they have a lot more compartments in them. So I can't understand how that length boat that generally come with bigger motors, I don't know, I don't get it. That one has lots more storage than this one, and I would feel like, you know, these would probably need less foam and they could have more room for storage, but I don't know, guys. I'm not an engineer. I don't work for Tracker, but if I did, I guarantee you that I'd make these boats look a hell of a lot better. A little bit of QC on these welds, get rid of some of the stupid shit they put in here, and they'd actually have a really nice product. All in all, though, I mean, this is a cool build. The turf in here really sets it off. Got a feeling that he'll be back later on down the road. We might do something else for him, but he's ready to get out there and use this thing. It's getting hot outside, guys, quick, so it's boating season. He wanted to get it out there and get his kids and wife out in the boat with them so they're not burning their feet. We did our job. Appreciate you guys watching. Hit that like, subscribe button, leave a comment. See you guys in the next one.